So basically, my friend calls me up and says, "Yo, I got a shitload of old Nintendo shit, and I figured you might be I was gonna throw it away, and I figured you might want it." So I said, "Yeah, I want it. I mean, why not? Nostalgia and shit." So he gives me this huge bag of shit that I didn't even look through yet. So we're gonna look through that later, and should be fun because I literally have no idea what's in there. Well, except for maybe one thing, but other than that, I have no idea. And an NES. So now I have all the Nintendo systems, consoles, except for one. And, I am not including the Virtual Boy. So here we have the NES. Tucked away in there is the GameCube. Because honestly, I don't really need a GameCube right now. There's my N64, and there's the Wii. No one cares about the Wii. So, yeah, let's take a look at the console. He just gave it to me. It's in pretty good shape, I guess. Surprisingly lightweight. It doesn't really feel like there's nothing much to it. Controller port 1, 2, nice proprietary ports. Power, reset, nice little flap. Let's see if there can't get any. No, you can't really see inside of it very well, so we're not going to bother. I guess the top, those aren't vents, it's just a design. Alright, let's see. Oh, sorry, someone once commented saying they don't like my foot in the shot, so what have you. On the side we have two basic, just standard composite cables, so that should be useful, because now let's look at the cables that came at the NES. That originally came with the NES, and sorry about me shaking it because it's stuck on the power cable, which we'll get to in a moment. You know what, whatever. It's tangled. I didn't really plan out this video. I was just like, you know what, let's take a video. So, fuck it, it's tangled. One end of the cables, they look quite fine. The old 1985-ish. Other end of the cables, you can see considerable wear, lots of dust that's permanently fused into them. And now look at the video cable itself. This thing's just mangled to shit at this point. So probably just gonna use my own cables since they're standards. Underneath the console is just basic stuff. Apparently Nintendo's never changed their phone number ever. It's Nintendo. What I didn't know what it was, and I feel bad is, underneath here, I don't know what this is meant for. I was assuming it was the Famicom disk drive for expansions, but this is sealed off. So I assume there's a way to get it off or to use. I don't know. I figured it was some sort of expansion port. Someone knows. Just tell me. And last but not least, as I said, the back. We have channel 3, channel 4 if you're using an RF switch, and over here we have the AC adapter. Luckily, if we look at the AC adapter, you can see it's a very standard port, and it can run, and so I should have another cable here. Why? I don't trust this AC adapter. Let's take a look at it. See, Nintendo 1985 RF adapter. There's all the stats. But now let me put it down. It's very loose. And this just slides right off on a whim. So I'm kind of afraid to plug it in. Just the wiring inside makes it look like I'm just afraid this thing won't work. So I'm going to try it, but if it doesn't work, which it more than likely will not work, I'm going to, figure out what to do about that. He also gave me this. Not really much of a game enhancer type person. I mean, I do have a Game Shark for my N64, but it stopped working long ago, and I stopped using it because it's the 90s, whatever. It was cool back then to apparently enhance games and thus somehow permanently damage the cartridge itself. But yeah, here's the Game Genie. Dusty as shit. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna pawn that or sell it somewhere. Now let's look at this bag of things that he said he gave me. No idea what I'm gonna find in here. It's considerably heavy, so from Children's Place, it's not even around anymore. So first things, wires. actually, let me... Oh yeah, this is the one thing that I knew would be in here, so let's just get that out of the way. Ugh. It's stuck on something, but I don't know what. Oh well. Point is, it's an NES Advantage because he didn't have any controllers. So, we have a fucking joypad with humongous A and B buttons. Amazing for track and field. We have a turbo switch to further enhance our games. Player 1, player 2. Starts to did dust just fly out when I flicked that? That's amusing. Not really. NES Advantage. 1987. Pretty bulky. Huge ass cable that's stuck on something else. I don't know how I'm going to tear through all this stuff, so let me... Hold on, is that what I think it... Is this the little disc that went on the Rob? It is, it's from Gyromite. Did he have a Rob and not give it to me? Oh, the AC adapter fell. Fuck! I'm going back to his house. I'm fucking... I want a fucking Rob. Oh my god. Yes, these are the pieces to Rob. But where's Rob? No! No! It's terrible. Go back on AC adapter. I've got to figure out how to get through all this stuff. What is this? No idea how I'm going to... Let me just... grab it. Oh, wait. A wireless controller? Let me see how this feels, actually. Let me hold this. It's a controller. I don't really know how responsive it would be. Then I really have no idea what this switch must do, but I guess for how much range it has, start, select. I don't know, I haven't really felt a real NES controller in a while, so... Actually, the D-pad feels kind of stiff. A and B feel just fine, though. Start, select, out of the way. Another one. I don't know what's with him in third-party controllers, but he seems to have a lot. Why wireless? Also, we have, appears to be an RF switch. Yeah, this is definitely an old, very old RF switch. Something must have gone there at some point. I don't think I'm ever going to use this. This looks like it used to, at one point, connect to the RF switch using the metal prongs at the end. I'm probably not going to deal with that. What else is here? This is something that's unopened, but it looks like an extension to the metal prongs, so I really have absolutely no use for an RF switch. This is... This looks like another piece of Rob, honestly. This very well could be a piece to Rob. Batteries, Duracell. Ooh, don't want to look at that battery acid. Very unpleasant. I might have to split this into 2 videos, who knows. Yeah, this is fucking... A lot of these are just pieces of Rob. God, here we have something else that hasn't been opened. In, out, something. Doesn't look like there's any inputs or outputs on it, so I don't know what could be going in or out of this thing, or why it could be, but whatever. Another extension to the RF switch that I'm not going to be using. And, hold on, are these controllers? Actual controllers? Or is that the... Oh, no, I think that's the Advantage. But then what's this one? I don't see a controller in this mess. Oh, no, it goes to the wireless adapters. And then the 2 are for the NES Switch. Really sorry, I wasn't able to get anything out of this jumble. But yes, this is almost certainly to Rob. This is Atari. What does that lead to? Oh well. That's basically everything that was in there. Oh wait, there's something else in there. Another gyromite thing. So yeah, my friend was gonna throw away all this shit. But luckily he didn't. So now we have 2 wireless controllers, NES Advantage, bits and pieces of a very deceased Rob, an RF switch that I will never use, a broken power adapter, broken composite cables, and a Game Genie that I will probably sell somewhere, and a hopefully fully functioning NES. And he gave me absolutely no cartridges other than the Game Genie to use on it. So now I have to buy some NES games. So basically, it's the complete opposite problem that I have with this thing right now, having a cartridge and many cartridges, but no SNES. So now I have an NES with no games, an SNES expansion with no SNES, and a Game Genie that I have absolutely no desire to use for fear that it will just consume everything around it. An RF switch that will never be used, and decapitated pieces of Rob. So really all I got out of this was an NES Advantage, and 2 controllers with no games. Oh well. Still got an SNES. I still got an NES out of it, so there we go. The Nintendo Entertainment System. Goodbye. I know that was cheesy, but whatever. Bye.